I'm recording you talking to me.
Eating ice cream.
Nice. Launch team member. Right there. Right there. Another late night of packing and getting this place that we've called home for 5 years. Getting it ready to be listed. All the pictures are being removed from the walls. I think we're gonna keep those up as we, show and stuff. Sarah got the dining room done today. All these shelves. Oh, you kind of did the stuff. Well, you put some stuff up.
I tried. From what we have.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something else.
Something.
We gotta dust.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Cleaning will happen.
Yes. But yay! We get to move again. How are you feeling?
The not fun part, especially when all the pictures and the kids' art and stuff comes down. That's the part that gets kind of sad. I have to just keep pushing through.
Yeah. Well, this is, of all the houses we've had, this has been the one we've been at literally the longest.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's really the only house that the boys remember.
oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, Piper probably doesn't remember a lot. Kyrie remembers more, but yeah.
Well, and yeah, this
You can't just pick up a home and move it though.
no, you cannot.
you can.
It'd be
You can.
oh well, yeah.
You shouldn't.
Not this one.
Not ideal.
Not when it's on a
Not
slab.
cheap.
Maybe we do that. Maybe it's cheaper because
I mean, no.
not like the houses we're looking at are cheap.
Well, I mean, you can't pick up a backyard too, though.
So I'm quite intrigued by keeping these on the shelves. These were in my office. Do or do not. There is no try. Yoda. And then this. Before I do anything, I ask myself, what would an idiot do? Or would an idiot do that? Ah, I ruined it. Would an idiot do that? The answer is yes. I do not do that thing. Sarah said it's probably not the best thing to have in the family room, but whatever. Oh, you put my Cowboys thing up there. Huh. You guys know how it goes. If you ever sold a house, you got to make it all decluttered. You got to make the say hi, Winston. You being a good boy? Yeah, you're ready to get out. I know. You got to make the kitchen have so much counter space that you can't use it because everything's gone, but it looks like there's so much counter space. I gotta take these and then put it in the garage. Our garage is getting full with boxes.
Well, we really gotta go through all that stuff.
Gotta organize it. Yes, it's accumulating. Today we looked at a house near where I want to be. It's a little bit further out than I'd like, but I don't know that it's our best option. Tomorrow we're going to look at another house, and it's got a pool, so that's cool. One of our dreams and vision. I mean, well, it's cool because of what I'm about to say. It's cool because one of our goals is to be a hub of hospitality. And we already are, that's how we roll. But if you have a pool, people like to come over and, utilize that. So it'll be easier to be like, hey, you guys want to come over? And then be like, oh yeah, they're the family with the pool. As we meet random people, in Fort Wayne.
The irony, though, is we're usually the friends who get invited to go to the pool, and we're like,
Yeah.
It's not us, but it might be
for a long
us.
time though. It was because our kids were so young and they weren't like born in the going to the pool all the time because we were too poor to have a pool pass.
No, I don't think that's the reason.
Okay, but when they were young, we just didn't want to get in the pool with them because it was just like they'd be clinging to us and it's just stressful. But we're getting to the point where all of our kids can swim-ish. So I don't think it's going to be as bad. And my dad says it's easy to take care of a pool, so.
Really?
That's what he says.
My
It's
coworker
easier than
said that
a
her
hot tub.
dad hated it and gave up and was like, never again.
Now, has my dad ever had an in-ground pool? No, he hasn't. But maybe I don't know about a pool that he had. I don't know. He was a plumber for a while, so that counts, I'm sure.
As long as the kids don't break it.
Anyway, guys, this is it. At this point, it's a Tuesday, and if the house goes well tomorrow, then we'll likely make an offer, and then from there, we may list our house here in Bluffton on Friday if we can get it ready by then. We still have quite a bit to get done, or early next week. But tell you what, I'm not at all looking forward to the increase in cost for housing with this move. It's not going to be pretty. But I'm trying to remind myself that because God called us to this, He's going to provide. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but trying to remind myself that He's going to provide. And whether I can see the path or not, we're going to take the one step in front of us. And I do see that. And I do know that. And He's any of the other times that we've taken a leap of faith and we felt like God has called us to something big, we've done it and we've gone down the road and it's worked out. Like He's provided. I remember when we went and moved to Cincinnati. We were both early in the faith, and we had felt like the Lord was calling us into vocational church ministry. And that meant we were going to basically be moving to Cincinnati to go to Bible college. And we were both working at full-time jobs at the time. We didn't have any kids, but we were working full-time jobs. And we went on a weekend to visit the school, and we're like, yep, this is what we're doing. And we quit our full-time jobs that summer and moved to Cincinnati without any jobs lined up. And I remember we got, how low did our account get?
I think under $1.
Under $1. We had less than $1 in our account. We were waiting on some student loans to come through because that's what we were going to live off of the first semester. Not advisable. I don't recommend that. But and they hadn't come through. And we randomly got, like that day, we got in the mail a check, not a bill from the utility company from back in Fort Wayne, but we got a check in the mail, a reimbursement check for like $80 some, right? And that was like
Well, I
what
don't
we
remember how
needed
much it was,
exactly to pay a bill that we had due or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm not trying to be careless on purpose or anything like that, but what that has reminded us is and shown us that God's provided when we trust Him and take this step. He's going to provide.
And you were having a hard time this weekend with stuff, and then Just thought, you know what? Hey, let's end the night with a devotional.
Well, yeah. For context, we were in Hocking Hills for a vacation that we hadn't taken a real vacation in the last 2.5, 3 years, something like that. Since 2022, and it's 2025 now. And instead of me like just being able to unplug and be at peace and enjoy the time away as we were at this cabin in Hocking Hills and all that, instead I'm sitting there worrying, just racking my brain. I'm very future oriented in my thoughts and just like naturally bent that way. And it becomes very easy for me to just start trying to solve problems that don't even exist yet. And Sarah knew I was stressing, and it was at dinner time, and she like proposed something that normally we don't do devotions this way, but she was like, "Hey, this is your turn now."
Oh, I was just like, hey, before we go to bed, why don't we just see what the verse of the day is, and then, you know, share what we can glean from that, and then go to bed. And I opened it up and chuckled. Talked to Brandon. I was like,
It was
so, Brandon. And I'm reading it and I'm like, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry of itself. And I, finished the verse and I'm like, feel like that's pretty timely. Feel like that's God saying, it's okay. I got this. I got you. And so that was just another reminder that He's got it. Let's just take one step step at a time.
And of course, I've preached on that passage. I've done whole series on worry. But of course, the preacher needs to be reminded of the preaching. You know, it's easier to preach about something than it is to live it. God's got this. He's inviting us into a venture, which is a journey into the unknown. Plenty of risk involved. Courage required. And here we go. So, there you go. Can we not break anything?
It's not breaking. I almost dropped a knife on myself.
Yeah, don't do that either. That would be a very bad end to this video.
That's what we would call a bad thing.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.